All right, so there was a question in class today about a problem I didn't have time to do, so I wanted to show you how I would approach it. It was 4.1, and it was one about the dogs pulling on the rope attached to a post. So, sort of from the side, there's these two ropes, although these would both be horizontal and in the same plane, and here's the dogs. See what I mean? You don't have to have really pretty pictures. It's not necessary. If we view from the top, the angle between the two ropes is 59 degrees. Rover is pulling with a force of 310 newtons, and Fido is pulling with a force of 290 newtons. And we want to know what the resultant force. So I'm going to say that this is the force of Rover, is this vector, and I'll call this the force of Fido. The resultant, which I have no idea where it's going to be, I'm going to call R. So R is the force of Fido plus the force of Rover. Now, to make things simple, I'm going to have my XY plane, and I'm going to put one of the forces along the x-axis. I'm going to put Rover along the x-axis because of the fact that they actually ask you to find the angle of the resultant force measured from Rover, so it makes it easy to have it set up like that. So, I'm going to add these forces. The resultant x force is going to be the x component of Fido plus the x component of Rover. X component of Fido is 290 times the cosine of 59 degrees. And Rover is totally in the x direction. This gives us a total force in the x direction of 459 newtons. In the y direction, I have the y component of Fido and the y component of Rover. The y component of Fido is 290 times the sine of 59 degrees, and Rover doesn't have a y component. So this turns out to be 249 newtons. So, let's go to this page. So, we have this force, Fido, Rover, 59 degrees. The resultant is the two forces added together. Found the x component to be 459. The y component is 249. The resultant, the magnitude of the resultant is rx squared plus ry squared. We're using the Pythagorean theorem. And that turns out to be 522 newtons. To find the angle, remember it's the tangent, the inverse tangent of the y component over the x component. And that turns out to be 28.4 degrees. And so that's how we do it.